Hey there everyone, welcome back to Gamevine, and my name is Dave, and today we're venturing out into Mother Earth to do our review of Ecosystem by Genius Games. Let's do it. So disclaimer, this is a review copy from Genius Games. Thank you so much for your support. You really do help the channel grow. Now, this game is a drafting game, and it's in the vein of a lot of simple drafting games. The art in it, as you can already see, is beautiful. Even though it's a small box, there are some small cards in here. This game packs a decent drafting punch. And Genius Games has a stick to sticking to the science source material, and this one here is the actual ecosystem. So let me go ahead and show you the components, show you how to play, and then I'll tell you what I think and tell you if Genius Games stuck to the scientific theme. Let's go. Okay, so here's what comes in the box of Ecosystem. They have some giant cards here for the reference of all the players, which are nice and going to be very handy in this game. They're good quality cardboard. The edges and the corners might get scuffed up, but other than that, they're going to stand the test of time. Now, they have fun size cards. You know how I feel about fun size cards. I'm not a huge fan, but they do this for a reason, and it's kind of hard to argue because I really like my games portable, and having fun size cards as the majority of the game, or pretty much the game, allows me to play on my couch with my partner, and we love drafting type games, so they went with fun size cards for that reason. But the art on the cards are just gorgeous, very nice. It's kind of like an oil slick kind of paint. So that's what you get in the box, other than the score pad, of course. Now let me show you how to play. Setup is really quite simple. You're going to deal 10 cards to each player. Now if you have 6 players, you're going to use all the cards. Otherwise, you'll discard the cards that you do not use, and you'll be doing this over 2 rounds. Now on your turn, it is also super simple. You're just going to take one of these cards and put them in front of you out of the 10 and pass the rest to the next player. Now what you're doing is trying to make a grid of 4 high and 5 across. Okay, so here's my example grid. Now, like I said, you can only go 4 high and 5 across. Now, when you are placing cards down, you have to place them adjacent to a card that's on the board. The first card you play down doesn't matter. So it could look kind of weird, like a J shape, but ultimately, once you play all the cards over the 2 rounds, because you get 10 cards the first part of the round, the second part of the round, you get another 10 cards, then you'll have this grid for scoring. So let me tell you how scoring works. And that's where this guy comes in. So you'll be able to reference this when you're playing, but I'll just go over what each one does right now. Now the deer gives you 2 points for being in each column and or row. We have 3 deers here. So for this column we get 2 points, for this row we get 2 points, so 4. For that row we get 2 points, 6. And for this row or column more of, we get another 2 points, which is 8, and then we get another 2 points for this right here, so 10. Deer really scored quite a bit for us right here. And trout score 2 points for each adjacent dragonfly. I couldn't quite get this over to the dragonfly, so this trout doesn't score me anything. And dragonflies score the points adjacent to the largest stream. The one that I have right here is 3, so it scores me 3 points. And the bees score you 3 points for each bee that is adjacent to a meadow. Now this bee isn't, because it's not adjacent, it's diagonal, so it's got to be adjacent. But these bees right here do score 3 points because this meadow right here. Bears score 2 points for every bee and or trout they are adjacent to, so he scores 4 points, this bear right here. And the eagle scores 2 points for every rabbit and or trout that he can reach 2 spots away from him. So right here he can reach this one, but he can't reach this bunny because it's not diagonal, so he only gets 2 points for this trout. Now the fox score you 3 points just anywhere on the board, except if they are adjacent to a wolf. So a wolf right here negates these 3 points, but this fox gets his 3 points because he's not near a wolf. Speaking of wolves, if you have the most, you get 12 points. If you have the second most, you get 8 points. Third most, 4 points. This is the pudding, like in Sushi Go. Meadow is where the cards start to multiply themselves. So this one here gets you 0 points because 1 just gives you 0, but these two right here will get you 3. Now the maximum amount of points is 15 by connecting 5 of those. Rabbits only give you 1 point, but they allow you to switch 2 cards. So maybe I would switch these 2 cards so I can get those 3 points because he's not near a wolf anymore. Oh, I almost forgot the stream. So this is also like the pudding in Sushi Go. The person with the largest stream gets 8 points and the person with the second largest stream gets 5 points. And then the last thing is diversity. So you need to get as many of the cards on here because if you have any gaps you'll lose points. So you'll do that over 2 different rounds and then you'll score that. Whoever has the most points is the winner. Now let me tell you what I think about this game. Let's go. So that is Ecosystem, and I'm just going to give it a grade now. It gets a 75, a nice midway C for me, and that is high praise for a drafting game of this weight. Now, I did say the fun size cards, they do bother me in other games, but this one, not so much, because again, it's portable, and if they were full size, I would have appreciated that, but it would have took up more space on my couch. So this one specifically for me is actually a win when it comes to fun size cards. I know you probably didn't think you would ever hear me say that, and I didn't think it either, but it actually works. This game is a decent drafting game. Now there are others out there that do this same kind of thing, and it does suffer from what I call the pudding problem. Like Sushi Go, if one person really sinks a lot of puddings into their tableau, they only get 1 set of points and they wasted a lot of their cards. And the reverse is also bad. If somebody only plays 1 pudding and you're only playing like a 3 to 4 player game, some of those puddings might not actually be in the running, so you could get all those points by playing 1 or 2 puddings. What I mean by that is the streams and the wolves work like that in this game. It's not a huge issue, but I do want you to be aware of that. Now the scientific theme, they do have some information in the rule book, and if you look at the board, you can kind of associate, okay, the bear is by honey and trout. That makes sense. Wolves and foxes, no, they're not going to get along. So that kind of stuff, yeah, it does make a lot of sense. In the real world, those things would actually happen. So I think they stick on it enough. But I would say this is the lowest on scientific theme of the 2 games that I've played and or reviewed so far. But overall, I like this drafting game. So if you're into drafting games and you like the wilderness, well, you have a win with this game, and you can pick it up in the link down below if you would like to do that right now. I am recommending this, and thank you again, Genius Games, for providing that review copy. Really do appreciate it. So thank you so much, Vine Nation, for stopping on by. It's always a joy to review games for you here. Now, my name is Dave, and if you liked the video, click like, and if you haven't already, click subscribe. And until the next time, have a great rest of your day. A great time with all you play. I'm out, everybody. Bye. Miko, it's time to go. Good girl, Miko.